Okay, well, everything's come to an end, and I need to discuss how everything's changed for me, how I've grown throughout the semester from the beginning to the end, as well as my thoughts on the transfer of information and everything that we've had to do throughout our process from argumentative essay to podcast. So to start off with, growth. From the beginning, in my reflection 1, I stated how when I was able to write about things that I actually felt passionate about, I enjoyed all the time I put into it, whereas with the forced essays and papers that I had to write in high school, I felt like they dragged on forever and ever. And through being able to write about trophy hunting, something I feel very strongly about, the writing process was much easier and fun for me. I did not dread sitting down to write my paper. I actually wanted to, and that was a big improvement for me in this semester and as a whole. It really helps me and gave me a better outlook on what I was doing. And then I also said, I believe that I need to work on creating an outline before writing a paper and putting my thoughts out there early so that I'm able to organize them. A lot of the time, I just write whatever I'm thinking and then have to go back through my writing and rearrange everything so that it all makes sense. And this was a huge problem for me in high school because I used to just write and just start writing and going, and a lot of the times I'd get off topic and just start writing about different stuff, and then I have to go back and fix it, and I'd get really frustrated with myself. But as required for the assignment in this class, I was made to do many drafts and edits with the class assigned and source searches that all built up to create my full paper. Each different draft that I had to turn in was different and improved each time. I was able to come up with new ideas and improvements for my paper throughout the drafting process, and I had a lot of notes on the paper throughout the whole drafting process from both my teacher and my classmates who made comments on As You Learn. And I was able to look through it all and do my best to resolve everything mentioned and take the constructive criticism and improve myself throughout the whole process. And I really liked that. I needed that. That was something that I really needed to improve on. I'm definitely really proud of my work in RC 1000. I felt I truly put in all my effort into the essay. I did every single one of the outlines and drafts assigned and was even a little ahead at times with most of my work done for the essay, while others were still doing the outlines. At some point, I'd put in a lot of information and then in the outline, so I didn't even really need to add much to the essay. I just cut out the little pieces and pushed it all into the essay, and I was pretty much done. I just had a few revisions to make. The essay was truly not that hard for me because we took so long to work on it and get everything right. But on the other hand, I feel as though I could have probably done a little bit more for the podcast. I put in all of the information and made the time and everything. I was at 7 minutes, which was 2 minutes above the time limit, I'm pretty sure. But I definitely could have tried harder to make it more interesting. It was mostly just giving out the information, and I did try to change my tone to make it a little bit more interesting, but I don't think that was enough. I could have done more. And I know the audience were teenagers, so attention spans aren't really there yet. So, yeah. And then for the transfer, my thoughts on the transfer of information from my argumentative essay to podcast, I said, being able to convey the same information to different audiences is a vital skill to master because in many situations you will be speaking to different, unique people, and there are different ways to appeal to them and get their attention than that of others. For my paper, I was supposed to be writing to those within the trophy hunting community on both sides of the argument, saying whether trophy hunting was helpful or not. For that, I had to fill my paper with so many facts and sound information because I was writing my paper to those who already knew so much about trophy hunting, and I didn't want to just be spewing unimportant information that they would just brush off their shoulder and not want to listen to. On the other hand, when I had to transfer all of my information on trophy hunting into my podcast, I had to change a few things to appeal to a much younger and ignorant audience. My floor at Gardner Hall, they were between 17 and 19 years old. I tried to keep my tone upbeat and less boring to keep people interested. I used an interview to be more relatable and reliable as well to my audience. And I even used some music that kids listen to today, such as Cardi B's Money. And I'm pretty sure that helped keep everyone kind of interested in the topic at hand. And that's about it. Thank you.